Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dylan Kimlin, currently live with the Tasmanian Pickleball Championships. We are about to get underway with our next gold medal match, which is our mixed open gold event. Currently, we have our head official, David J. He's currently having a chat with our players, as we have the teams of Gray and Lococo, two of the superstars from the Australian pickleball scene, taking on two of our superstars from the Tasmanian scene. How exciting is that? And they are Dean and McDonald. We can see them closest to the screen. Dean on the left, McDonald on the right. I am joined with a guest commentator, one of the best in the business, Matt Hanson, jumping in from Pickleball Toowoomba. Also, are you also on the board of PAA?
Yeah, so I'm actually the chairperson of our inclusion group. So
Yep. Yeah, fantastic.
No, thank you for having me.
No, more than welcome to join me, mate. And we've got a medal presentation breaking out right in front of us. Thankfully, on our camera, you can't see it all. But Matt and I will do our best to see what's happening on the court. So, Matt, you had an absolute thriller of a game yourself earlier today. How are you feeling?
Exhausted. Yeah, no, it was brilliant. If you haven't gone back to have a look at the hybrid match, I would highly recommend it.
Yep.
A couple of Tassie locals took me out, so yeah, no, it was brilliant.
They played so well, those guys, and looks like Lococo and Gray are opting to stack here. Ollie Gray on the attack.
Yeah.
McDonald unable to scoop that one back out.
Just class.
Yeah. Well, Gray's on the fast falls for the Major League Pickleball Australia, is one of the best in the country. So let us know what's happening with your hybrid space, and obviously Pickleball Toowoomba as well. You can give us an update.
Yeah, so I guess on a hybrid front, Tasmania has really taken the lead on this. So I think we had 6 pairings play hybrid this morning.
Yep.
Which probably beats what we had at APC last year. So I know Victoria next week, I think we've got 5 pairs playing there. So really fun times, I think, for para pickleball. I think it really showcases the ability that pickleball is very inclusive.
Yeah, I agree. And what an absolute ripping rally we just had. McDonald taking on Lococo. And there is quite a crowd for this game, ladies and gentlemen. They're all cheering on the Tassies. They want to beat these dreaded mainlanders as we have a rally breaking out. Ollie Gray taking on McDonald. Solid dinking. McDonald not giving in. ATP attempt. We'll see what the call is. And it's called out. McDonald gets one on Ollie. Too good in the end. But, yeah, so Tassie obviously have some excellent figures here regarding the space that you're heavily involved in. Now, I know we had a chat with David J earlier. It was yesterday, I believe, talking about the rules and whatnot. Could you give an example? You obviously played in the hybrid game earlier today. Can you, in case any of our viewers aren't too sure what that is, can you give a bit of a definition?
Yeah, so look, I think it's another thing that pickleball is so good for the sport, is that we don't actually change too much. So the only rule change that you have in, I guess, para or disability pickleball is that on the serve, we're actually allowed the ball to bounce twice.
Okay.
So apart from that, the only other real change is our wheelchair participants. They're allowed the ball to bounce twice no matter where the ball is on the court. Other than that, same rules, same scoring. I'd nearly go close to say same gameplay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw from yours, absolutely beautiful traditional pickleball. A lot of dink rallies made me very excited to call it.
It's very exciting to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Matt went down in the end. And
that's a great shot there by Ollie.
His opposition of Green and King were just too strong in the end. But I was, as we were saying before this game brought out, it was just an absolutely ripping game. Lococo serving it. So you'll be playing in the Victorian Open?
Yeah, mate, yep.
Next
so
weekend?
a couple of days home, back up in Queensland, and then straight back down to Melbourne. So
yep.
No, I think it'll be it's really good for the sport. I think if there is anyone out there that, you know, does have a different ability and is thinking about it, it's just so much fun. And, you know, much like all of our events here, it's still social.
Yep.
You're still having chats with your competitors off the court. it's just really good for the game.
Yeah. So, and let's talk about that. If any of our players would like to reach out to, yourself or Pickleball Australia regarding where, clubs or whatnot that they may be able to participate with, where would you recommend, or who would they get in contact with?
Yeah, so at the moment, probably just emailing myself, which is just the word inclusion at pickleballauss.org. Alternatively, if you just head to our Facebook page, the Pickleball Australia page, and send us a private message, then it'll get passed on to myself.
Yeah, fantastic. And on that note, we are currently live on the Pickleball Australia YouTube channel if you want to catch any of our games later on, as well as the Pickleball Tasmania, that's called out, Pickleball Tasmania Facebook page. I know it was called in. So Lococo and Gray, bit of a healthy lead here. I had the pleasure of covering Dean and his family in the Pickleball Wellington Cup. It was 3 generations of pickleball. So we had Dean, I believe it was his mother, and then Dean's daughter, who's running around here somewhere. I saw her earlier today. Absolutely awesome to see. So you're also involved with Pickleball Toowoomba.
Yes, so it was actually really funny. We decided to start Pickleball Toowoomba up after APC last year.
Yep.
I went to it and left my wife at home and came home, and first thing I said when I walked in the door, apart from hello, was we need to start pickleball up permanently in Toowoomba.
Yep.
And yeah, look, we're 4 months down the track, and I think we've grown to, we're about to put in 2 more courts, so we'll have 8 courts. And we've got about 120 players now.
Oh, that's amazing.
And they're starting to now roll through to some tournaments. So we've got a couple of young men coming through, and I think they're actually going to be at QPT in a few weeks' time.
Is that at my venue down in Redcliffe?
Sure is. One of the premier pickleball venues.
It should be fun, mate. I'm looking forward to hosting everyone. And you're also doing your Carnival Bash later on in the year.
We certainly are. So I think it's September 13 to 15. So the reason we've called it the Carnival Bash is that the Toowoomba Carnival of Flowers is on that weekend.
Yep.
It's a 75th anniversary, so
fantastic.
Really good reason to come up and see us on the top of the hill a few weeks before APC. So we've got, over 3 days. So I think we're doing singles on the Friday, gender doubles Saturday, and hybrid and para pickleball. And then we'll finish with mixed on the Sunday, and there'll be so much happening in our town. It's crazy times in Toowoomba for those 3 days, but if you are a pickleball fanatic, but you also don't mind a beverage or two, then Food and Wine Festival will be also on that weekend.
Oh, there you go. So plenty of happening in Toowoomba for any of our Tassie locals that were looking at potentially doing a pickleball holiday. One in September, the Flower Festival, or with all the roses and whatnot, as we have a Game 1 victory here for Lococo and Gray. That is heavily renowned in the Southeast Queensland space, so you'd be definitely in for a bit of a treat. We're going to jump into a commercial break as our players swap sides of the court and have a bit of a breather. Game 1 going to Gray and Lococo. And we'll get started with our Game 2 games in a sec. Okay, welcome back. Game 2 underway for our mixed open gold. We still have a very large medal ceremony going on just in front of us. You can hear all the celebrations. Such is the Tasmanian pickleball scene. Such a strong community here. It's an absolute pleasure to be a part of. Gray bouncing. Sends it sprayed wide. But I believe I'll be covering the Toowoomba Carnival Bash as well, so that'll be exciting. Going down and cover the top players that we have in that part of the world, part of Australia. Gray with the poach is good.
I think that just showcases how good Ollie Gray can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's absolutely lethal when he gets a forehand opportunity. Now we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that Gray and Lococo are opting to stack meaning that Gray will stay on the right side of the court. Left side of the court, my apologies.
Oh,
Dean with the athleticism. Ollie Gray gobbling that one up. 2-point lead right now. So how long have you been playing for?
actually not that long. So to be totally honest with yourself, Dylan, I only really started about a month out of APC last year.
Yep.
Been a cricketer all my life and just decided I didn't want to stand out on a cricket field anymore. And pickleball is just that sport. I think the inclusion aspect and the social aspect is what's brought me across.
Yep.
And yeah, I love it.
Yeah, fair cool.
Just that chance to come to a state that I guess I've never been down here and just experience not only the hospitality but just the views.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all for it, mate. I had the joy of, when I was president of Morayfield, coaching good friend Corey. If you're watching, Corey, this is the gentleman you need to talk to about getting involved in para-pickleball events. But Corey, played pickleball very well. And I know as we get more and more players in this space, the quality will continue to rise. You guys are already at the top of the food chain. Ollie Gray with the Ernie, ball still live. Fantastic play. Gray, a bit of an entertainer, loves putting on a show for everyone.
I just think this pairing, Dylan, is just a showcase of, obviously Coco has very much power.
Yep.
And then you have Ollie coming in with the show. Like, look at that.
Well, I mean, it's funny you mentioned that. Last weekend in Sydney for the Major League Pickleball Australia, Coco Lococo, as she's lovingly called by the community on the right side serving right now, she got into a dream breaker situation. So she had to play singles against some of the best players from here, New Zealand and Australia, and Southeast Asia, sorry. Ball is out. And Coco absolutely tore it up. She had the entire crowd on their feet. The victory going to the duo of Lococo and Gray. And they will quickly take the gold medal here in the Open. I mean, you have two Major League Pickleball Australia players on court. Probably expected this result. I mean, great effort from Dean and McDonald. They will take the silver and they'll be pretty happy with that result.
Yeah, and I think also it'll help them in the long run.
Yeah. It's all learning, right?
You know, I think having guys like Ollie and Coco down here, it's only going to help build Tasmanian pickleball at that Open level. Yeah,
you're spot on. And I mean, having professional players coming on down as the Tassie crowd cheering on Dean and McDonald. But we will close down the stream for now. Thank you, Matt. We will have you definitely on for broadcast throughout today.
Yes, I'll be floating around today and tomorrow, so I will definitely love to come back.
Yeah, thank you. I've just shooed away David J. He wanted to say something to me, but thankfully, Matt, we have a bit of a dome of protection here. Even the top referee, we can just send away. I'm no doubt going to cop it for that later on. But thank you, as always, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. You can catch us on the Pickleball Australia Facebook page. The Pickleball Australia YouTube channel and the Pickleball Tasmania Facebook page. At some point, we're just getting a photo taken of us here, Matt. Big cheesy smiles. Usually I'm avoiding the cameras. Thank you, mate. But we'll close down the stream for now. We'll be back live as soon as our next set of games are ready to go. Thank you, Matt, for joining us.
Thanks, Dylan.
Cheers.